Still just walking around.
She got up to come see what's happening.
Dong.
The fun portal is still there.
Oh, they're still around. Even after all this stuff.
Splat.
He'll be
So
alright.
convenient that lady just showed up at this exact time.
He'll be alright.
He had the power, and then
I mean, how many times has he been beaten and he's still just like a guy? Just like,
How could I?
because other times he was beaten, it was like that was the plan. This was like the first time he's been beaten, like after his his true plan failed.
but what else is there left to do? It's like if that plan didn't work, you'd think you'd like, oh well.
And yeah, now
I'm
he's
going
like,
home.
now he's like trying to like crawl away and like live another day. Then maybe he can do
What a
something again.
surprise. Here I was looking for you, and lo and behold, you come to me.
I was just saying that, like, how can you?
Don't ever call me
Jackpot.
that again. My mother was the only one who could say my name.
Wait, please. Do you really want to shoot me? Can you shoot me? Your own father? What have I done wrong? Is heroic Sparta
It
What
was
did I
working,
do-
man.
What
Then
did I do to deserve this? Oh right, all those
wish
bad
to
things
be
I
a
did.
god. And
God.
I sacrificed one
Okay.
miserable human being for that reason. That is all.
I didn't do much.
Didn't even work.
It's just funny he was talking to her calmly, that it was like kind of like working, and he's just like starts shouting at her like,
Take care of. Help me, Mary.
I need a bandage.
Mary
I
died a long time ago. My name is Lady. Goodbye, Father.
kill shot,
Jackpot.
kill shot.
Jackpot.
She should have done upsy downsy, like, kill shot. It's so graphic they didn't even show it.
No, they just shot him with all bullets and he was alright. So why is her gun like the not magic one
So
does
she's
more
not
damage?
a demon, so she doesn't have magical.
That's what I'm
final
saying.
one?
The not magic bullet does more.
Now she's laughing.
No, she's the bad girl.
And then it turns to set.
So after all that, that's what finally defeats him.
He was already like weak, I
Regular
guess.
bullets. Gets chopped up 1,000 times, but like one regular bullet is enough.
There, I thought I wasn't gonna cry.
Poor Mary lady. Don't call me that.
Screaming souls, cast off your pride and embrace your fate.
Was that the end of it? But that was the start of it.
That was Lady's like wrap
That was
up,
her
and
wrap
now
up story. Meanwhile,
chase the power.
my sword. No, it's my sword.
Mike,
No, he won it. Game over.
but he got them.
Give that to me.
Okay.
No way. You got your own.
Why does he need both
I
of them
want
for?
yours too.
To both of them.
What are you gonna do
That
with
seems
this
annoying.
power, huh? No matter how hard you try, you're never gonna be like
So
Father.
it's meant to be a lot. So two sons hold. So then Virgil can't like be evil and
How
get
does
it
he dual
himself.
wield? He's got his own sword still.
We are the sons of Sparta. Within each of us flows his blood. But more importantly, his soul! And now, my soul is saying it wants to stop you!
Unfortunately, our souls are at odds, brother. I need more power.
And we're supposed to
He
be
said the name.
Twins.
And it's in the manga, like when he asked Nero what, or
Is
four.
this filler?
In 4, in the true one, when like Nero awakens, like he asks what his soul says, so it's like, and like, so it's kind of remembering this this part of Virgil. 'Cause he says I need more power and stuff, and like, what does your soul say?
It's referencing it. Because lots of people don't like 4, but they like this. They're like 3's the real.
Just like a lot, like just that cool, that scene's cool, but it's like missing like lots of what should have been as well, like the Virgil parts of it.
They didn't want a new thing. They still want like wrap up of the old stuff.
So
Don't make a new thing. Don't
the
add
final
more
showdown
things.
is the brother versus brother, and you kind of want to bait
Devil
him.
Trigger versus Devil Trigger.
Yeah, well, that's what it's meant to be. Like, if he uses Devil Trigger, then you
That's
need to
when you
use like.
yours and counter it with it.
But I want to like bait him into using like judgment cuts. I want to make him bait him so then he spams
Can you
judgment.
surf around on him like the other thing?
Because he's got Royal Guard as well, so it's like if to make the fight real cool, if you're like good at Royal Guards, then it's like real cool. So it's like he counters you, then you counter him. It's like ting ting ting.
Does it do no damage if you both counter each other's? Does it just do double damage to both?
It's just a blocking thing. Like he doesn't have the attack Royal Guard. He's just got the perfect like block.
What you should do is just run away from his Devil Trigger, and then like use yours to do damage to his
can,
regular one, instead of trying to counter it with each other.
His one does way more damage than my one. What you want to do, if you get in the hits on him, then it breaks it like real quickly. Like that, it broke it pretty quick.
You were doing heaps of damage to him to start with, and then he just started hitting you.
Pretty much, you need to get him staggered, and then you hit him a couple of times. And
He can use a health thing, because he's like doing
he
heaps
does a lot of
now.
damage. If he just hit me with a Devil Trigger
Yeah,
attack, then he'll
That's
probably
what I
kill
mean.
me.
He's doing heaps of damage. You were doing like fine damage to him, but then suddenly he's like.
He kept doing that throw one. If you shoot him, then he likes to do a royal. Oh, he likes to do judgment cut. And sometimes he does that where he'll do it like on top of him, but lots of times he does it. Got like royal guarding, like judgment cut and stuff are good. When he does that, you either royal guard or you just jump and like avoid. The cool one is like royal guarding it, but so of course then you get like the damage thing as well to use.
Did you like?
And now he's good.
Do you like this battle? Do you like this like arena and stuff? Fitting for a final show.
He's going like. It's pretty cool. But it's quite a hard fight unless you like lock him down lots. Like he's easy, but he's hard at the same time.
Get him trapped.
And they'll like this, just judgment cuts everywhere. So if you like. And that's where it can be like real cool, like just ting ting blocking them all. And that's like in 4, like special edition, him doing like that, like hard out one. That's pretty much that.
He chops up the whole screen and then puts his sword away and it
Yeah.
kills everything.
Just like he does a pose that you can like hit him with.
It's because he's supposed to be defeated, so he can like stop
Yeah.
and like pose. Not like what? You can still hit people.
His like his teleporting and like drop slash is like way more effective. Unless I block him.
So is he using both swords or just his one?
Well, when he uses that big one, he's like Dante pretty much. He gets like Dante's like move set.
He's got both. He's got 2 swords. That's not fair.
Well, he normally in the other ones he's had like Beowulf and stuff, but now I have Beowulf, so it's like his second weapon. He has that weapon in 4. I just never used it because it's pretty much the same as Dante's. Like one just.
I know, it's funny. It's like, it's not fair. He's got 2 weapons. It's like you've got 2 weapons like the whole time.
I've got heaps of weapons.
But I just mean like 2 at once. Like, ting, ting, ting. Like you're literally hitting with like 2 swords.
So when I'm in Devil Trigger, I don't take much damage. If I'm not in Devil Trigger, I'll take a lot of damage.
That's fine. What is just standing there?
So that after he does that like purple orb thing
just took
every time
tons of
after,
damage.
like
He puts his sword away, then has to pull it out to like block him.
he keeps doing it on top of him. So that's where you save like Royal Guard for like that part. So he's doing it.
Oh,
No, he
he's
wasn't doing
in Devil Trigger. So slow. So slow.
He starts doing it like
So
real quickly
slow.
as well.
Oh,
Wait,
this is we're gonna break.
I didn't want to have to use like another one.
That's alright. It's better than redoing
Yeah,
it.
one more hit and he would have.
I thought. Oh, this one's not breaking.
And that's what happens when Royal Guard's not like done at the right time and like shatters him and stuff.
There we go. No.
He's Royal Guard. He's
Countering
Royal
your
Guard.
one. You're gonna have to fight him regularly now. He's gonna get his one back again. That's why it was better to do what you're doing, I guess, before when you were just countering his one with your one. Oh no, I should have put it away quicker.
Yeah, if you build up Pizza Royal Guard there, then that's where you like you do combo then like finish them off.
Am I
Always
being
better.
defeated?
Am I being defeated?
Is that all you got? Come on.
Dante hasn't even
Get
broken
up.
a sweat
You
yet.
can do better than that.
The portal to the human world is closing.
My
Dante,
final attack.
because the amulets have been
It's gonna be like
separated.
a
Yeah, this is Bleach
Bleach
moment.
footage.
I have
Let's put all our energy into this one.
It's killing you.
People say
Virgil
that
didn't even try and hit
Virgil like froze on purpose.
Didn't even try.
Because he's using like not even his main weapon as well, so it's just like Dante's the two-handed thing.
Dude.
No one can have this, Dante.
It's mine.
It's mine. It belongs to a son of Sparta.
He's showing his like human side, like what he used to be when he was a kid, probably.
If you don't want to be trapped in the demon world, I'm staying. This place was our father's home.
No.
It's pretty much it's like it looks like he doesn't attack, so he like purposely loses, and then he's like only wants his amulet. He pretty much purposely wanted to go the because he's like, I'll train in the hyperbolic time to
What
Because
is...
he's already been defeated, so he's like, I need to try something different.
You're still here.
I need that back.
Here you go.
No late charges, I
kidding.
hope.
I'll think about it.
they got down pretty quick.
Let's open up a pizza shop.
We should be fine for now. But I'm sure they'll be back soon. Very soon.
Sequel.
Well, technically, or
One is already
Are you
out.
crying?
Baby.
It's only the rain.
Shut up, you're crying. I'm not crying, you're crying.
she's gonna say the word.
Devils never cry.
I see. Maybe somewhere out there, even a devil may cry when he loses
it's a cool name.
It'll never work.
And he makes like the
By the
shop
way-
off Devil May Cry. And then the classic like 4 where it's like
Looks like
no time for a
we're
happy
gonna be
ending.
busy for a while.
Time to fight our way to the credits.
Well, bring it on. I love this. This is what I live for.
Except for when Capcom's stupid.
Yeah, 8 years later, still waiting for the next
I'm
one.
absolutely crazy about it.
To play in the credits.
Well, how many times? And you can skip it as well if you wanted to, but you got like the cool like theme playing in the background, and like you don't have to just sit there and look at credits. You get to play.
People want you to read their names so it can be like.
But they're in your face when you're even reading them, even when it's like black screen in the back. You're probably reading more than like. I can't remember. Like, I don't know if you have to get a certain amount for the cutscene or not. I don't.
That'd be stupid. To play it again, all again, just to see that.
So there is like another cutscene, but I can't remember. You get signed for like doing like a certain amount. But I can't remember if it's just special edition like additional cutscene or it's just like a you got.
Hero.
Because I think in 4 it's like if you don't let Kiri like get hit, that's like you get the thing. So it starts building up and up like, and ladies helping you as well.
Sending the nukes. So she's
they're a
actually
lot weak.
helping unlike the other guy.
And they're a lot weaker than they are like in the normal game as well to make it look like.
So these aren't hard mode ones. They're
Well,
like,
look how quickly they die kind of thing, so they're even weaker than just like normal, like just to make it look more epically. You're chopping down like 1 million troops.
yeah, that's the kind of game it reminds me of.
But then they like these ones get a little bit more health, but they probably like still weaker than like normal. Suppose it could be like their health and like easy or something. And the song's called like Devils Never Cry.
But they may cry.
Which this one in 4's like female.
So now when he's naming his shop, he's like, sounds like a pretty cool name. I was just going to call it Dante's Shackles.
It's pretty much,
like
you know,
monsters.
like I think it ends when like the soul ends, so it's like getting closer to the end. It could be 100.
Maybe he's stealing all your kills.
I don't know if
I
like
think she
counts
does.
on
So it seemed like it did.
maybe.
Getting his devil trigger.
And then like this guy shows up like right at the end as well, so you gotta beat.
Like Heidi. Jackpot! That's more than you can get. Let's see.
I'll press swamp, but I know start like skips the things also.
Stupid Capcom, hurry up and announce Devil May Cry 5 already. Rock on!
You killed over 100 demons.
What happened next? Nothing, really. We took care of all the remaining devils.
And there
and
was
Look at his
Devil May
clothes.
I still have a job to do that's far from done, which is to
Smile.
eliminate every last
Oh,
demon.
happy ones.
I need to ensure that monsters like my father never come about again. And he promised to help me hunt down the demons, even though he's part one himself. But now I realize that there are humans as evil as any devil, as well as kind and compassionate demons in this universe. At least I've found one so-called devil who is able to shed tears for those he cares about. That's enough for me to believe in.
That's a way bit of
Start my business.
Oh, speaking of a kind devil, he finally decided on a name for his shop. It took him quite a while to pick one.
Look at this guy moves.
kicks everything.
Want to know the name?
Resident
Devil May
Evil.
Cry.
I got it wrong. Devil May
Wanna
Cry.
know the name? That's like the credit things as well.
Meanwhile, in hell,
The Virgil show. This is Virgil's like happy
Virgil, where
ending.
did Virgil make his shop?
The Illuminati.
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness. If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
So that's his story. Gets his just fight.
That's his answer the phone ending.
He kicks everything.
And if you want to know the continuation to that, you play Devil May Cry 1.
4. You gotta wait for the sequel, Devil May Cry 4. It's like, no, because the sequel's already out. Because that's what prequels do. You're like, oh, I've already played that one.
Yeah, or anyone that played 1, I guess, would be like, I guess it would be hard to make the connection, I guess, at first
What do you
time.
need to do? That's always the question. Do you play, like, now that it's out, do you play 3 first? Or do you play Metal Gear 3 first and then go to 1?
Well, it depends. If you want to be like, if you want to play games in the order,
Yeah.
then you play it like
Surely you still
1,
just play
like,
them in the proper order.
2. But then if you want to play like story, like order, then this is the first, then 1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying which one do people recommend doing?
I'd say
Still
you play
1.
this first, I guess.
Really?
If you have the, because 1's quite old and not as cool, so you could be put off by the game. Even this compared to like 4 is like, like
4 makes no sense if you haven't played like any of the others, doesn't it? You'd be like, what is all this?
it doesn't make much
What does it
sense.
mean?
Like, but like mechanically wise, 4 is like the superior. Of
You're like,
them.
just play Bayonetta. Hey.
Or you do that. It's also a good game.
But Dante's not in it.
But then, which Bayonetta do you play
Yeah.
first?
Is 2 a prequel to 1? Isn't that a sequel? Or is it a prequel?
If I tell you that it was sports, you haven't
Okay,
played it.
don't
either.
tell me.
But
Yes.
that wraps
anyway.
up our Devil May Cry 3. We may end up doing 1 to see.
But what about 2?
Maybe 5 will
Yeah.
bridge the gap and make you want. I've never finished 2, so that could be a thing.
You
but-
might have to before 5. No, 5 is like a sequel to 4.
So we're talking about like my memory with 2 is I tried to play it with like a broken PS2 controller that made me hate it even more. So,
It's probably the best one.
like the pause button or something was like, and it kept like pausing the game every so often, so that like made me hate it
Did
even
everyone
more.
in the world play it with a broken controller? It turns out it's the best Devil May Cry game, and everyone hates it because everyone had a broken controller.
Supposedly you can play that as Triss in 2, so
the whole game.
I think so. Or it could be like Triss story, but then you just play like through Dante like story. So then it's like the other character as well, but supposedly Triss is like a third character that you can actually play.
As someone who hasn't played any of them sort of thing, I've always wondered what made 2 like so hated. But you know, like bad gameplay or whatever. But I always wondered what made it like everyone hate it so much. But anyway, that was 3. That was the one everyone likes the most, I think.
Well,
You like 4.
4 and 3.
Yeah,
4
people
superior,
like 4, but
4
everyone
superior
loves
in
3.
mechanics just because like they improved 3, but stories they're kind of like even, I guess.
3's like the best one that everyone's like, I remember it being the
Yeah.
best. It might not be the best anymore, but it's like, I remember it was the best.
The main thing is they're both cool, so it's just
Yes.
it's a positive. There's no like
Play both
they
of them.
both are just cool, so it's just yeah. And then that's when sadness begins afterwards.
Yeah. Well,
The
you
shall
don't
not
like demons.
shall not name.
I love how it's like it's been whatever 10 years or something since the last year, like the other one doesn't even exist. You're like, I've been waiting like since 2004 for that game. It's like nothing else happened in that time.
The forgotten period.
Basically, Dante was in Project Cross Zone and that was it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he's done since then.
So we may see you again in Devil May Cry 1 and find out the continuation.
Or 5. Hurry
Yeah.
up, Capcom.
Oh man, I gotta hide this report code from my parents.